So I do curse in this. So if you don't want to watch this video, go ahead and skip it. I will have other videos where I don't curse. Thank y'all. Hi, my name is Alicia, and if this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. So let's move it along. And I got my little layers on because it's kind of cold out here. Let's continue on my part 2 of You Can't Hurt Me and You Won't Hurt Me Either. Mission 4. Choose any competitive situation, pick your opponent, and beat them with excellence. David talks about how everything in life can be a mind game. He says to himself, Navy SEAL training was a mind game, and many SEALs in training don't realize and understand the game until it's too late and they quit. What's the mind game? The mind game is that you can always find more within you and move mental boundaries, and that all the pain ends. When you understand this, no one will be able to hurt you, and you can beat all your opponents with excellence. Beating your opponents with excellence entails delivering what they thought was impossible and showing yourself at your best while they're at their worst. This mindset is what David refers to as taking their soul. So I actually took a Navy SEAL challenge with Ramit Sethi. Sorry if I said your name wrong. And I think we did like 1,000 push-ups, 500 sit-ups or something like that. And part of getting through that is moving past that mental barrier of, oh, I can't physically do this. You have to like get in the mindset and get in the correct mindset. Hey, I can do this. Same thing with running mini marathon. I decided to cold turkey run 16.5 miles simply because I wanted the 2 medals. Now, to be honest with you, I won't cold turkey that again because it hurt so bad. I hurt for 3 weeks, but I got my 2 medals. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do something. And I'm also into entrepreneurship, and I create content on YouTube. And there was a lot of haters from my school. Oh, you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't earn a living from it. I ignored them all, and I ended up being successful on YouTube anyways. And it's not so much proving them wrong, it's proving myself right and proving that I can do it and following through on my goals for me, not for anybody else. So that's very true. And oh, by the way, life ain't a competition. The only person I'm competing with is myself. But sometimes people that you go to school with start to try to compete with you, and it's really fucking stupid. So sometimes you just have to cut people out of your life, because you should have people in your life that genuinely want to see you be successful and help you and want to see you succeed and genuinely want to see you be happy without any jealousy or ulterior motives. And if you don't have people like that, cut them until you do, because I had to cut a lot of people out. So anywho, to continue, mission 5, visualize and include challenges and why you're doing it and what's the fuel. David proclaims that Navy SEAL training is about showing you can handle much more than you think you can, and with that comes a stronger mentality. He states that a callous mind can help you overcome the toughest moments and challenges of life. Remembering what you've overcome and conquered can help you bypass negative thought loops in your mind that try to take over when you want to give in and quit. When you can accept the pain and refuse to give up, you engage the nervous system, your fight or flight response, to change your hormonal flow and give you the strength necessary to handle any challenge. The best way to callous your mind is to push the hardest when you want to quit the most. You want to get to the point where you are not doing the things that you know you should haunt you. Wait, did I read that wrong? You want to get to the point where not doing the things that you know you should haunt you. David also mentions an alternative view of the art of visualization. He states that when visualizing, don't visualize reward or final success. It's very important to also visualize the difficult challenges you will be facing, the reason why you're doing it, and what will be fueling you in those dark moments. This will help you be fully prepared to embrace the suffering and have the right mindset to make it across the finish line. So some of this kind of is delayed gratification. So a personal story, I decided to stop posting on Facebook and stop looking at stories until I accomplished my goals. And I have a lot of friends and family like, oh, you don't post on Facebook a lot. It's a discipline thing. And I been drinking Super Beats, and some of my YouTube people is like, yo, that stuff is nasty. I drink it because it's good. I think I may have said that in the first clip too. I drink Super Beats because I like it. It's good. It's my third round doing it. You have to have the discipline to do stuff even if you don't want to. You have to learn how to do things even when you don't feel like it. And sometimes it's just a matter of following through for yourself, not for anyone else. Not your friends, not your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your children. Just do it for you. And I do visualize the end goal, but then I also visualize myself getting through the challenges to get to the end goal. So there's a lot of good stuff there. I'm pretty sure I'm missing out on some stuff because I'm just getting this off the top of my head, but we'll make it work. And I do owe a lot to discipline. I think discipline has been the one thing that's really helped me get through some of the hardest moments in my life. Definitely work on your discipline. Discipline. I can't emphasize that enough. Mission 6. Build your cookie jar of accomplishments and use for motivation. David talks about how pain is his reward for finishing any type of race. The pain was a reminder that he had done it, and he was proving to himself how strong and callous his mind was becoming. David says, in the most painful times of my life, I saw the most beauty. He introduces his concept of a cookie jar, which is a metaphorical place where you put all your documented victories and the resolve, mental toughness it took to make it happen. Then, in any difficult times experienced in the future, when the motivation and strength was needed, you can open up the cookie jar and remind yourself of all the past successes. The purpose of the cookie jar is to not make you feel good about yourself. It's to remind you that based on past victories, nothing is impossible. So I do have my little cookie jar of accomplishments I look over, and it kind of reminds me of where I've been and where I'm going. And that's why, like, I don't compare myself to other people. I don't want what my friends have. You know that one quote that says, I can't have what's yours, you shouldn't want what's mine, or something along those lines. But I just think this comparison and wanting what other people have and being jealous of other people's shit is ridiculous. You know, appreciate your own gifts and talents and stop wanting everybody else's shit. So build your own cookie jar of your own accomplishments. Look at your own accomplishments and say, oh, I did a bunch of stuff in my life. I did a bunch of good stuff in my life. And then build. Keep going. And so that's kind of what I'm doing right now. So mission 6. Plus, being a foodie, I got a lot of cookies in my cookie jar. You know, the sugar cookies are my favorite. And of course, snickerdoodles. Mission 7. Remove the governor from your brain with constant incremental growth. David introduces us to the concept that there's a governor on our mind. He explains this by the 40% rule. His rule states that when most of us feel like we are hitting our limits, there's another 60% in our performance tanks. The only way to remove the governor is to embrace the pain and push beyond the discomfort, move past mental boundaries. He explains that we will always fall short of our true potential unless we remove the governor on our mind. So I think for me, it was just removing myself from toxic people. Not so much my mind. You know, there's always be times where your mind might say, oh, this is not a good idea. Like, it was a good idea for me to cold turkey run 16.5 miles, but I did it anyways because I just wanted my 2 medals. You have to have so much self-belief in yourself without the outside approval of others that you're going to get it done regardless. I have a set routine every single day, and basically I make myself do things regardless if I personally feel like it or not. I'm just to the point where I accomplish my goals, no excuses, because it's what it boils down to. You're either going to get it done or you're not. You're either going to figure it out or you're not. And so I'm just kind of at that point. Okay, so we are at the 10-minute marker. I think I'm going to make a part 3 because this is kind of long. I'm pretty sure I forgot some things, but we're just gonna go with it and make a part 3, because if I make these too long, like sometimes like it will make my computer go, ooh, this is long. Make it shorter. So let me go ahead and stop here. Thank you for watching part 2 of You Can't Hurt Me, You Won't Hurt Me. See ya soon. Bye.